they gonna keep this way.
Right, once you hit live, you have to. Oh, damn. Right back to me.
On time.
Right back
can I? No, see, I can't flip it. How you want it?
It's telling you to take it back. Great rising. Great rising.
Camera all high and shit.
Great rising.
Great rising, great rising.
Alright, actually, this is my cup. Peace and power. You got my cup.
I got your cup. Oh, you had some special brew in my cup? Or your cup?
Great rising. Great rising.
Oh, we may have viewers. They like ghost viewers like Facebook?
This ain't like Facebook. If they ain't there, they ain't there. Yeah. Okay. Great rising, Kim. I know you up in here. Peace and power. Peace and power. Hold on. Where's my mirror? I got this little baby lock keep trying to come out. Okay. Alright, great rising.
Great rising.
Say sacred woman.
Sacred woman. Queen of Four. Copyright 2000.
Yeah, copyright 2000. Queen of Four, Helen O. Robinson.
Helen O. Robinson. Queen of Four. You have to do the sacred woman thing.
Alright. I am a distinctive, beautiful flower and a healing herb with a heart, a mind, breast, buttocks, and a womb. I come with sacred earth medicine to heal myself. Okay, I don't want to get makeup or stuff on your pages.
When were you been 27?
Great rising, family. Great rising. Great rising. We have for 27. We picking up on page... I think we stopped at 26. Yeah, refresh your sacred altar on the first day of your entry into each gateway. We did, so I left off at, and I call myself a woman. I'll start with that.
Okay.
Alright. I don't have no... Okay. I thought I had something to tie my hair up.
You do, you got hair.
Yeah.
Great awakening, great awakening.
Great rising, great rising. You do, you got hair.
Yeah, I do.
I've been listening to my husband on mute all day. For real. Like, legit. Like me, who has no fucking chill, who's always right, who be ready to turn the fuck up. Who for 5 years been yelling, submit to no man, never. I'll serve a man, I won't submit to one. To submit means to relinquish my will. By definition, I will never. And here I am, submitting to this man. He been talking that low-key shit all rising. And I just been... I told y'all ass conflict resolution, right? Conflict resolution. Just shut the fuck up and listen. I just been like... You put on that fake ass, you got it, you right, baby. Like... But ain't nobody got time to be disagreeing with your ass. You so right. Just say that shit in the middle of the argument. Be like, damn, how you do that shit? How you be right all the time? Yeah. All right, here we go.
But don't think we know when you playing that role.
He can know. I told him. I was like, this is me listening to you on mute right now, trying to guess if you talking about Lil Uzi Vert or non-ether beings. Yeah, it's not a game. When I met Say on the live feed, I did not click on his live feed. You know how Facebook will just show it? It'll just start playing it. I already keep my volume on mute, you know what I'm saying? So it started playing the video, but I couldn't hear him. I could just see him, like, talking. And, like, he looked like me. He felt like me. But I wasn't prepared to hit play because, or turn that shit up. I didn't want to hear him talking about how white girls have good head. You know how these new niggas, they out there. I wasn't ready. So I just watched him on mute for a while. But then he started smiling or laughing or some shit. And I was like, yo, I could feel that shit. So I had turned it up. And surprisingly, he was talking about the non-ether carbon-based beings. He was talking about the melanin. So I came up. Anyway, when he's getting on my damn nerves, honey, I just go back to day one on his ass. It does a few things for our relationship. One, it reminds me of how I felt when I first met him, right? Yeah, it's just conflict resolution. You just shut the fuck up and listen. You just be smiling and shit. Just be listening on mute. Like when you talk to somebody you don't understand what the fuck they be saying. Like, look, we talking about saying Kofa and all that, so this ain't to offend my Afrikaans. But we done all spoke to an African before, and then for us who've been on this side of the boat line, we done all been talking to an African and just been agreeing with some shit because we don't know what the fuck they saying. Be like, yeah, do that. That's peace, though. All right, here we go. That's peace. Here we go. Listen on mute.
I do the same, though. That's why it's reflections, because it's yeah.
Everybody
she's
does.
She's very strong-minded and strong-willed, and she's used to living or speaking or doing what she's been doing before she met me. So to meet me, or for me to meet her, was something different.
He got a big ego. I'm trying to tell you, the difference is that I've been in training for a year. The difference is, for a year, I've been waiting to submit. That's the difference. The difference is, and I know my beloved won't be able to admit it right now, but the difference is ego.
Oh, yeah, I know I got ego.
Yeah. I mean, I know, but I know you do, but because we're such reflections of each other, oftentimes you'll feel like I'm a direct and immediate reflection of something, when our reflective points are not necessarily where we are, but sometimes where we've been and sometimes where we're going, right? It's not always a direct mirror of where you are at that time.
Yeah, I agree.
Right. So when I say how much of it is, when I question how much of it is ego, I don't ever want you to misread it or balance it out, if you will, by making my position and yours both ego-based. Because when I listen on mute, it's not even from a place. It's not even from a place of ego or from a place of this. Excuse me, French. This nigga used to this, and he is really from a place of I've waited for you. Like it's from it's like the difference in a mother who's enduring a contraction when she got pregnant with a one-night stand, and a mother who went and paid to be pregnant. She paid for fertility tests, and she paid for this, and she paid for that. When she have a contraction, there's a different endurance. There's a reward in her pain. So when I smile and when I listen on mute, it's because I know I've won. It's not to spare argument. It's not because none of that. It's because, like, so long as you right here within this range of me, like, I'm the shit. Like, I'm thankful for my win. All right, here we go. Oh,
That's peace.
you got a message or something. That's a YouTube message or that's still Facebook?
Facebook. That's peace.
I don't know how peace that is. She looked like she was laid out across the bed.
You ain't talking about the message. I'm talking about.
Oh, I was talking about the message. I said that don't look like peace. That look like pieces. All right, look, here we go. And I call myself a woman. We heard this the other day by Mina, Olamaro Mina. I'll read it through for you quickly. And I call myself a woman by Nakana Evans, Sacred Woman Initiate. How can I become a woman when I don't know my womb? I have never had a conversation with my womb, so how can I consider myself a woman? I have been with you, grown with you, been through rites of passage with you, from childhood to adolescence to adulthood, and yet I have never had a conversation with you. You have been a victim, a consequence to an action, a symptom of a disease, an effect of my action. I have never spoken to you, consulted with you, inquired of you, cared for you, or understood you, and I call myself a grown woman. Where have I grown? How could I have grown without talking with you, without acknowledging your presence and your works? And I call myself a woman. I have put you through dozens of men, alien spirits, beings, entities of all dimensions, from all places and stations. I have created and destroyed babies through you. I have fed you all kinds of poisons, thereby creating diseases, fibroids, tumors, cysts, and the like. I have sexually abused you, thereby creating sexually transmitted diseases, infections of all types, itching, burning, hurting, pain. I have used you for my own purposes: money, favors, alleged self-esteem, beauty, clothing, food. I have allowed men to probe you, doctors to drug you, while I held you down. If I had known someone who had done all these things, I would call them the names I despise the most: murderer, thief, liar, betrayer, demon. Yes, I would. And I call myself a woman. Time to release, release, release. Forgive me, forgive me, forgive me. I am complete. I will be responsible for you, for myself, for my womb. We are in relationship together. We have been from the very, very beginning. I will commune and communicate with you. I will listen to you. I will wash, cleanse, and purify you. I will pay attention to your patterns, your moods, your signs and wonders. I will become the woman that you made me from the beginning. Close. That's Nakana Evans, Sacred Woman Initiate.
That was deep.
It is.
That was serious.
It's the first time I've been able to read through it ever without crying. That's dope. From the very beginning, it started right here. Like, I think, and it says, I have put you through, wait. A few things. One, you have been a victim, a consequence to an action. I have never spoken to you, cared for you, and I call myself a grown woman. Where have I grown? I have put you through dozens of men, alien spirits, beings, entities of all dimensions from all places. I have created and destroyed babies through you. I have sexually abused you. I have used you for my own purposes: money, favors, alleged self-esteem, beauty, clothing, food. I have allowed men to probe you. Listen, the first time I did the, I'm sure it's in Gateway Zero. The first time I did a womb reflection, where I actually, I sat naked and I stared at my body. Like, I just stared between my thighs for an hour and just talked to my body and looked at my body and touched my body and, like, gently and carefully probed my body, you know? And even that shit was hard because for the first time in my entire life, I was doing this. for the first time in over 30 years. And I think it really, really hit me hard when I realized, like, you know, look how fucked up it sound, right? How many niggas have been, like, playing your pussy for me? Like, how many niggas could I have done it for over the span of 30 years and haven't never touched her or cared for her for myself? Like, how many niggas could watch you playing your pussy, but you can't watch you talk to her? You feel awkward when you sit and touch her. Like, not masturbate, no. Like, care for her. It's some work to be done in Gateway 0. You're a while away from that, but it comes. All right, picking up on page 28. Picking up on page 28. You want to go in? Gateway 0, Sacred Womb, Daily Spiritual Observances.
Gateway element, water. The sacred womb is the gateway to all gateways. Each gateway represents a spiritual exercise of ascension. The practices offered for Gateway 0. The sacred womb are to be performed daily for a minimum of 21 days to a maximum of 4 months. Disciplining yourself to on this path will awaken your inner gateways of divinity so that you may blossom and establish your full sacred center. The sacred womb lays the foundation of womb wellness that will serve as your preparation for the 9 gateways of initiation. Through the 21-day training, you will learn how to cleanse toxic thoughts, foods, and attitudes out of your divine body temple. You will present to your womb the gift of wellness philosophy. This includes the natural living approach to food, womb rejuvenation techniques, womb affirmations, and womb meditations for total attunement. 1. The spiritual bath. Begin your journey to Gateway 0 by entering the depths of the ocean. One way to honor this intention is to create a dawn ritual of taking a spiritual bath with Epsom salts or Dead Sea salts when you rise between the hours of 4 a.m. and 6 a.m. Make a ceremony out of your bath. Light candles and incense. Have soft, inspiring music playing. Bless your bath water.
Hold on one sec. Listen, it says make a ceremony out of your bath. That means don't just wake up and hop in the tub. Like, you're not using the water just to wake you up. But like I said, it's crazy because sis, you doing all the same things that you did for the nigga, but you're doing them for you now, and that's peace. Like, yeah, that's not a romantic bath. That's not you trying to seduce anybody but yourself. Yeah, so set it up nice. You know what I'm saying? Set it up like you're trying to treat yourself. And every time. Candles, soft music, things like incense. Yeah, create a gentle and a warming and inspiring environment. Okay.
Bless your bath water. Use the bath to release all negativity, everything that blocks the free movement of light, love, healing, and peace through your sacred womb and body temple. Add the essential oil of frankincense to the bath water to open your crown, arit, or chakra. Frankincense attunes you to the divine oneness of enter, inspiration, divine wisdom, and brings forth the divinity and the sacredness of the womb. It eliminates confusion and depression. Place 7 drops of frankincense oil in your bath water. Also add 7 drops of frankincense to a bowl of purified water on your altar and sprinkle a few drops around your prayer space. A 7 is symbolic.
It is. All right, your altar. Number 2, your altar. Set up your altar according to the altar preparation guidelines on page 26. Those are the things that we covered yesterday. All right, and sit before it quietly and meditatively on the floor, on a pillow, or in a comfortable chair. Anoint with frankincense. Select only pure essential oils. If it costs you 99 cents, sis, that's not the one. Don't get it. You can go on to sites like, I want to say, pipingrock.com if you're looking for if you're looking for deals on bulk, okay, which is the best way to buy it. If you're looking for something real personal, already pre-blended and ready to go, then Lisa's Fragrance and Sex. I mean Lisa's Fragrance and such. Will you oh, Lisa, will you please comment with the information for me, please? If you hear Lisa, will you please comment with the information? The frankincense that I am using is somewhere over here. Yeah. Lisa, I don't see the frankincense, but you know what I do got? Yeah, okay, so get your good stuff from Lisa. That's a good place to start. Thank you, for real, for blending those frankincense joints, too. That was peace all day. Yeah. All right, here we go. Setting up your altar. Anoint with frankincense. Select only pure essential oils. Use essential oil of frankincense to anoint your crown and your third eye in the center of your forehead between the brows, the body temple gateway of supreme spirituality. Next, anoint the heart. Hold on. I love you.
I love you.
I'm thankful for you.
I'm thankful for you.
I want you.
I want you.
I need you.
I need you. I cherish you. I adore you. I admire you. I respect you. I protect you. Always.
Alright, just know that, okay? Eternally. Alright. The body temple gateway of supreme spirituality. Next, anoint the heart, the body temple gateway of compassion. Wait, okay. So let me show you what's going on here. So we're not just yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You gotta look like you got on war paint.
Always in war.
Okay, so we're not just reading through this, so we actually doing work, right? Let me make sure we're not missing anything. All right, the gateway element is water. We rushed through that, but that's a big deal. The sacred womb, daily spiritual observances for maximum benefit. Listen, because I know niggas don't understand maximum benefit. Listen, you the type of niggas that take antibiotics until the pain go away. You never finish the shit. Listen, this motherfucker says do it for 21 fucking days. That means take all 10 pills, motherfucker. All 10. Don't save 4 for your cousin. Don't put 3 up for your mama. You need all 21 days of the spiritual bath. If you feel like your bathtub is too nasty, you ain't washed your ass like that. You ain't submerged your whole ass in at least 25 years. Go to the Family Dollar. If it's not one by you, go to MLK. Get in the Family Dollar and get the awesome. That shit is yellow. It's in a clear spray bottle, and it's the real fuck it up challenge. Get the awesome. I would usually recommend that you clean things with natural products, but seeing as how you's just now becoming a sacred woman, I say we let the chemical slide this time. Get the awesome, and they say spray that on there so we can loosen up the dirt. Wash that shit down. Rinse and fucking repeat. Listen, but what you got to do is you got to get your ass in the bath, sis. You got to get your ass in the bath. We laughing and we playing because we like to have fun, but you have to get your ass in the water. I'm not going to play you like the church do and be like, anybody want to get baptized today? Y'all want to slide up here? You need to baptize your ass every day. Every day. It's not by accident that the world is mostly water and you are mostly water. Fam, that you born coming through water. Fam, stop fucking around with the fuck around. Everything the church took, the church stole. You know what I'm saying? Submerge. That's it. There's a rebirth. There's a birthday for you every single day. If you haven't done it, listen, then you can't knock it. If you want something different, you better do something different. I wouldn't give a fuck if I had to sit in a metal bin and not a tub. If somebody told me after I sit and assess my life and my shit don't measure up, it don't look or feel good, it's not as grand as I'm saying great rising and fucking good morning and everything ain't good, ain't nothing but morning. If somebody told me sitting my ass in a bucket of water for 21 days would help me, who the fuck would I be but a fool to not sit my ass in a bucket of water for 21 days? That's where we at with this shit. That's where we at. You ain't happy in your marriage. You hate your fucking job. Your car got you in the hole. Your children won't get their fucking mind rights. Your parents need too motherfucking much. Listen, sit your ass in the water and let mama do some of this shit for you. It don't matter how fucking crazy it is. Look, then Diddy told them niggas to go get the cheesecake. They didn't know it was a deal on the other side. Do your work, and there's a benefit in it. So we just ran through that, but I need you to understand the gateway element. The gateway element is water. It's water. And this calls for all of these things that we're covering right now. All of these things that we're covering, all of these daily spiritual observances for maximum results, a minimum of 21 days. A minimum of 21 days. And yes, you know the magic in 21, don't you? What happens if you do something for 21 days? Absolutely. Absolutely. Because Sacred Woman is not just a book. Sacred Woman is not just a program. Sacred Woman is a lifestyle. Okay? Sacred Woman is a lifestyle. All right. So the spiritual bath, those are necessary. Said those are necessary. If you are not doing the spiritual bath, if there is any single one daily spiritual observance that you are trying to do, that's what y'all like to say. I'm trying, sis. Shit, I've been trying to get in that. Okay, right. So for every daily spiritual observance that you are trying to do, I just want you to know that you're eluding yourself from your healing. You're putting a bigger block between you and your healing. All right. So long as you know that, because I don't want to be the one to take your choice. All right, here we go. The spiritual bath, your altar. Set up your altar according to the altar preparation guides we covered yesterday and sit before it quietly and meditatively on the floor, on a pillow, or in a comfortable chair. Remember, very seldom do we come to Sacred Woman and we haven't had some experience with the church already. So an altar is nothing new to us. If you had no objections with an altar being in a place of worship or a place of service before, then there's no reason that you should have a problem with an altar in your home. Unless, of course, only the church is righteous and your place is only ratchet. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not sure what make you feel like, I guess I get it. Because you're not great enough to be God. So surely your home is not great enough to be the church, right? Yeah, maybe that's what it is. So set up your altar, right? Set up your altar. I don't understand that. If you can sit at the table and say grace. I've heard a lot of people pray before they get on the road, not just on road trips, but before they just drive anywhere, right? Like, if you can do this, you can designate a place to do it. You're accustomed to praying, even if it's with your raggedy car. Like, I hope the air turn on this time. God come through. Like, you're accustomed to praying already. For me, what an altar does is kind of locks that energy in. It locks that energy into a particular place, right? Yeah, it really does. That's the best way for me to explain it. It locks that meditative and that energy, that balance and energy in one place. So, build your altar. So if you are uncomfortable with that, that's peace and power. But I have to be honest with you. Everything that you're uncomfortable doing, especially the things that are yours to do, will continue to wedge you farther away from your truth. Okay? All right. Anoint with frankincense. We're using not the oil you find at Walmart. You want to try to get them online because they can get expensive walking in the store. With the anointing. All right. And I may have said this to you before. Like, I don't even know. You got to stay right here. Because it says, well, yeah, I'll cover it in a second. All right, because this is where I go, right? So, yeah, I'll put oil here. In the first place, I anoint is right here. Like, right across here, right? That's the womb covering. The second place, I'll touch is my chest. Where I touch for my heart depend on what day it is. What they call that, the Manchurian or something? Mandela effect. Well, we don't know where our heart is anymore. Anyway, yeah, but really though. So I touch here, then my heart, right? Then my throat, third eye, crown. All right. Now let me see which ones it calls for. All right, it says use the oil. In this particular gateway is frankincense to anoint your crown and your third eye. All right. Next, anoint the heart. Also anoint your womb. I thought it said throat here too. I'm not sure, but I always that's definitely common for me. My womb I cover daily. All of these things, particularly before I speak to you or before I speak to anybody, I just will sit over here in the dark. That's just my thing to do. Like, cause this right here, like I said, yeah. Our gifts can be used for the good, the bad, or the ugly. I just want to make sure that I'm always using my gift for the good. And so, while I don't quote the 42 laws every rising I do, I am mindful. Every day, I'm mindful. I'm mindful that words can be sharp. All right, here we go. Sacred musical instrument. Let me see. Also anoint your womb area. Here we go. Anoint the palms of your hands to make everything you touch become more sacred, and the bottoms of your feet to spiritually align yourself for stepping out in power, promise, and faith. And then the sacred music instrument. Softly play a sacred instrument, drum, sistrum, shakere, to awaken the indwelling angelic host. Again, we sound in instruments. It says to awaken the indwelling host. I've explained this too. For me, the bell, in a sense, is like ringing the doorbell or knocking on the door. One is going to get your attention, and then the closing one is a sealing, or the sound vibrations carry my prayer off to its destination. Oh no, not yet. That looks so good too. Okay, so sacred musical instrument says to awaken, or you might want to use a small clear tone bell at that early hour out of respect for others sleeping in your household. so rather than using a Tibetan bowl, something of this size might do, as opposed to something like yeah. All right, so okay, different flavors. See, make sure I'm not leaving anything out. So these are simple things and easy things. If there are things that you need help getting from me, let me know. I guess I could do a new altar starter kind of thing, but we'll see. That's peace. Just let me know if it's something you need. So right now, oh yeah, thank you. DATSPEACE. That's peace@gmail.com. All right, opening the way. In your prayers to each gateway guardian, you may use whatever words pour from your heart. For example, here's a prayer that might be used to open the way to Gateway 0. Sacred and divine Newt, spiritual guardian of the gateway of the sacred womb, please accept my deepest gratitude for your healing presence on my altar and in my life. Thank you for your guidance and inspiration, and for your love and blessings. And please accept my love and blessings in return. Hetzepu. Right. Hold on. All right, so that's opening the way. Any questions about opening the way? In all of these, well, I guess kind of, I hate that we always try to do that in our minds. We try to draw parallels to what we know, to all the wrong shit we know, to make the new shit make sense. So what is opening the way? It's a priming, I guess. It's a priming, a toiling of the soil, you know. You get it ready. we used to sing hymns and touch walls and pray and all of that before the pastor came in. Long before the pastor came in, the vibrations were already high. It's why you have, yeah, I'll just leave it. Praise service is what it's called. Yeah, I didn't go enough to remember none of that shit, but yeah. I just have showed up a couple times like, fuck, got here too early. Now I know that's what was going on. Praise service. Hold on, because if I don't lift and separate these guys, and they ain't gonna be able to rest well. Okay. Alright. Bra so big you can see the indentions and stuff. It's cool though. It's cool though. Alright. Libation. Okay, so libation is also cool. I'm particularly fond of libation because I really did not understand it as a libation when I was coming up. And I would see, Nate Dogg, Snoop Dogg, all the doggy dogs, Pac Dog, everybody was pouring out liquor for the homies. And I never understood it. I actually thought it wasteful. When I was a little girl, I didn't drink, but I could understand that clubbing and drinks cost money. Why would you buy a bottle that costs that much money and then pour some of it out for your homie? Wouldn't your homie want you to drink it, you know? In the minds of babes, you know. It wasn't until probably 2 or 3 years ago I learned actually what a libation was. I'd heard it before, but I never cared to do it or understand what it was. And I realized it's something that I've been conditioned to look down on. Something that I've been conditioned to look at as rapper shit or hood shit is actually my shit. It's actually ancient and African shit, and it's honorary. One, because libation is done with liquid or fluid, most commonly water, especially in Sacred Woman, which we just covered, water and the significance of it. So here you are honoring someone with a libation. Like I said, and for some people, they can't pour out no water for their grandmother because that's blasphemous. They can't honor her that way. They'd rather pour diabetical tea at the dinner service at the funeral home after she died. And everybody has choices. I'm okay with libation. I understand now that there's a difference in a libation with water, libation with wine, and with hard liquor. All right? And here, I'll give you this. That's yours. So, yeah. Ooh, your book even feel heavier because it's not bent up. All right. Give me 1 second. I'm going to talk to you about the libation. And if you have any questions, ask them. Like I said, the reason we're taking our time to go through this is because if you're just reading the book, you're not getting all of the healing that you're entitled to. You're not getting all the shit that you qualify for. I want you to get everything you qualify for. You paid for it already. It's already paid in full. I just want you to get everything that belongs to you. Secondly, like I said, my king, anytime he give the book to a woman, he say, just promise me you're going to do what's in the book. And that's peace. But I'm from someone who knows from looking at it alone, if you don't know what a libation is, and you don't know what an altar is, and you still don't understand how an earth element is inside of you, I'm thinking if I had fire, nigga, I would not be paying this gas bill. The fuck you yeah, if that's where you are, then to just do what's in the book is difficult to do. There are a lot of things like we covered that you might not even recognize are there for you to do. Like it's easy to read this and completely oversee that it says for a minimum of 21 days to a maximum of 4 months. Okay? So that's the point in us going through this slow. So we all get it, and we get it to a degree that we can do it. Great rising, great rising. Right. So not just get it, but get it, got it, good. All right, that's peace. So a libation, like I said, a libation is the act of pouring a liquid, such as water or spirits, alcohol, as a holy offering to the one creator. In Sacred Woman practices, we use purified water that we have blessed and offered ceremonially to the Most High. For the libation in Gateway 0, pour a small amount of water from a cup, or sprinkle a few drops with your fingers from a bowl or calabash onto the earth, if you're outside, or onto a potted plant on your altar. As you pour your libation, call out the prayer of adoration. The details will change with each gateway, but not the intent. So how you honor and who you honor will change not only from gateway to gateway, but from individual to individual. All right. Give me 1 second. When I first came through, I didn't know who Nut was. Like I said, I wasn't even saying Sky Mother Newt. I was saying I don't know who Nut is, the great cosmic mother. I don't know who Biddy Mason or Queen Mother Moore. I don't know Aunt Iris. I wasn't comfortable. I didn't even know Queen Afua when I first touched the book. So I wasn't quite okay with pouring libations to people I didn't know. And I wasn't okay with matching an intent with people whose intent I didn't understand. And so I honored the names that I do know. And if you know me, that means Harriet Tubman, Marcus Garvey, and my auntie LaShondria Dansby was one of the top 3 to get it in. And as I began to honor those energies surprisingly began to honor me too. So if you do the work, expect results. Don't start doing the work if you don't expect to get back home. Okay? You can't follow this path and like, yeah. You know, some people go back forth between woke and Christian. I mean, they be woke and shit on Wednesday. They be there for woke Wednesday, but on Sunday they be at the church. Once you get in Sacred Woman, the changes, once you get into Sankofa, all right, because that's what brothers too. Once you get into Sankofa, the changes are inevitable. Once you begin to do the work, you'll start to see and feel the changes. Like, that's the thing. I guess the best example of that is, like, you can try to lose weight and keep dieting and try to lose weight and watch the scale and try to lose weight and try to lose weight, or try to gain. There's a few of you out there too. Same thing. And watch and hope and watch and hope and watch and hope. Or you can stop watching and hoping and just start doing. And if you just start doing, like I said, at first I wanted to be, I was a size 20. I was a women's size 20. And I was like, if I could just be a 16 again, if I could just get down to a 16, if I could just get down to size 16. That's what I was in high school, if I could just get down to a size 16. And I just started walking and meditating and doing yoga. And then the revelation came to change the way I ate. And so I was walking, meditating, doing yoga, and changing the way I eat, and walking, meditating, doing yoga, changing the way I eat, walking, meditating, yoga, changing the way I eat. And I was doing these things with such repetition and such tenacity that when I looked up, I was a size 8. It happened that fast. When I looked up, I was a size 8. When I looked up, I was a size 10, a size 10, 12, but I realized that in my fat mind, I was still buying clothes with spandex content. I still needed the security measures, so anytime I bought anything smaller, it still had to have spandex. It wasn't until the first time somebody bought me a pair of jeans, I think it was called, like, I don't know, Aeropop, I don't know. She was excited. They cost too fucking much. She was like, they don't fit her. I put them on, and everybody was like, oh, you can fit in white people clothes now. And yeah, I do have a white woman booty. So, I mean, of course, he probably going to be like, yeah, it's fat. But that's just because you're touching on it. It's missing. Yeah. But that's it, though. So, what happened, though, instead of focusing on the result, I focused on the work conducive to that result. And so I was rewarded with it. Aeropopstil? Yeah. Okay, Aeropipastil, whatever the fuck it is. I know that the teenagers liked it. When I said I didn't want the jeans, the little teenagers in my life was like, please let me get it. Please let me get it. Baby, you can have it. Alright. Okay. So, if you do the work, like I said, expect to see and feel the difference. If you do not, expect to feel like, oh, it's not working. But don't try to shit me or anybody else. Don't ever try to come to us and be like, or, yeah, don't shit yourself. Because I know how this thing go. If you do the work, you're not going to tell me mama not doing her part. This ain't no Jesus show. You're not going to tell me you doing your work and mama's not answering. Because I know how mothers are. You don't call mama and she just don't. Nah. Come on now. Do your work. Do your work. And this is so random. Like, I know this is really random, but I've been crying all night because I can hear this little boy. Like, y'all talk to your kids, especially if you have a son. I'm guessing he's like, you know what, he's young because he keeps saying, hold on. I'm not okay with, I can't say what he's saying just yet because it'll make me throw up, undoubtedly, but I think he's like between 5 and 7. He's like between 5 and 7, and yuck. Just if you have a son and he's between 5 and 7, or you know somebody who does, ask them to talk to their baby. If I get any more, I'll tell you, but he's not okay. Okay? If you could see and smell and taste the things that he's had to see and taste and smell, then you'll know he's not okay. All right? So, just listen to him. Talk to him and listen. That's not what this is. Like, that's not what this is supposed to be. But, yeah. I was crying about him earlier. King was like, look, if your toothache is bothering you that bad, you don't need to read. Not today. But that wasn't it at all. That wasn't it. I can hear him. And it kind of sucks. Alright, here we go. Alright, the libation. Right. So I told you you could get a plant at Walmart. Next time you're out, if you don't have any plants in your house, that's peace too. Everybody don't have a green thumb. Oh my goodness. My sister Rebecca Brown will kill a plant down. Will buy a beautiful plant and will shut it all the way down. Have it looking like bent out and burnt down sage. Listen, you could get a Hyaworthia plant. Hyaworthia plant. Or a little cactus if you're going to be one of them folks who going to forget to pour the libation, to splash the libation on it. They have little plants like this that are probably $5, some of them, at Walmart. All kinds of different stores. But just, if nothing else, just get you a little $5 potted plant. Something to sprinkle your libation on, okay? Unless you're outside, which is peace. A wooden bowl, which you can find at the thrift. And you want to make sure it's a finished bowl. I use some raw wood bowl I found before, and the water, like day after day, I could see the water starting to tear the bowl. So finished if you can. But that's peace for your libation, and you can honor. I'm going to read these to you. Like I said, feel free, if you're more comfortable, to do as I did and would encourage anybody else to do, to honor your own. All right, listen. That's another thing for the Christian. That they, in my old life, they would have told me how fast I was going to hell if I start pouring libations and praise and adoration. In my old life, the only ghost that it was okay for me to talk to was Jesus. I could go to Jesus' altar, but I can't go to my own altar. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it had been that way for a very long time. Jesus was flesh that died and that rose. And I can honor him, but not my grandmother that was dead. Y'all told me she rose. Y'all told me she went home to the heaven. Why the fuck I can't talk to my grandmother? Why I can't talk to my grandfather, but I can talk to someone else's grandfather? Listen, speak to your people. And if you don't know who your people are, then you use the people you know, okay? I pour this libation in praise and adoration of the Sacred Mother Guardian of Gateway Zero, Nut, the Great Cosmic Mother. I pour this libation. Remember, it's your intent that will carry you always. It is your intent. When I first, like I said, when I first came through, it's like, I don't know who no damn nut is, the Great Cosmic Mother. I'm sure she didn't, like, I'm sure that frequency didn't, like, shun me, like, oh, damn this child to hell. Yeah, there was no Jesus show. It was because our energies are all reflections of us, and we're built in the image of these energies. There's a mutual respect, you know, like, to make it simple for you, to make it parallel to your old life. The way Jesus will understand, the way Jesus will protect a fool and a baby, that's peace. You're protected as new and waking. Yeah, you're in the process of remembering. So that's peace. I pour this libation in praise and adoration of the ancestors of Gateway Zero, Biddy Mason and Queen Mother Moore. I pour this libation in praise and adoration of the elders of Gateway Zero, Aunt Iris O'Neill and Dr. Josephine English. I pour this libation in praise and adoration of my divine self and my divine contemporaries, Dr. Jewel Pukram and Nankululiko Tahimba. Sacred Woman Spirit Prayer. So gently ring your bell or softly play another sacred instrument at the beginning and the end of a prayer. Sacred Spirit, enter, hold me near, close to your bosom, protect me from all harm and fear from the blows of life. Direct my steps in the right way as I journey through this vision. Sacred Spirit, surround me in your absolutely perfect light. Anoint me in your sacred purity, peace, and divine insight. Bless me, truly bless me, as I share this sacred life. Teach me, Sacred Spirit, to be in tune with the universe. Teach me how to heal with the inner and outer elements of air, fire, water, and earth. All right, that part for me was self-explanatory and easy. Like I said, coming into it raw, Sacred Spirit, I was okay with that. I didn't quite understand the inter, but it looks to me like, I don't know why it looks like, I mean, it does, it looks like enter, E-N-T-E-R, you know. To enter is to go in, and so that, it has resonated with me. Yeah, before Nut, the Great Cosmic Mother, resonated with me. Sacred Spirit, I didn't know how to say this. Now I've heard it enter, like with a, all right, here we go. Here's another one, a Sacred Womb Prayer. Peace and power, Aviance. I love you, little girl. All right. All right, here we go. Divine Mother, give me the power to heal my womb and bless the wombs of all your daughters and assist us in the healing of our wombs. Restore our faith that we may grow in strength, power, and knowledge as we recapture the purity and sacredness of our womb. May the wombs in all women be born again to the eternal heights as womb healing and wellness spread over each and every land. Okay, let's ring on out. And then point 7, we're on page 29 now. Chanting Hesi. Chant this Hesi from the first language. How I say this? Michu Nita? Meru? Metu? Metu Netter? Metu Neter? Enter?
Meru Enter is the same, yeah.
All right. Chant this Hesi. All right. Nukpu. Listen, this is NRT. That's not a typo. But it's still pronounced the same way as NTR. So it's Nukpu Interhimit. Nukpu Interhimit. Nukpu Interhimit. Nukpu Interhimit. I am a sacred woman. 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 Listen. Say it. Try it. It's not like I can hear you or back to Bob you here. Like, all right. So try it. Oh, if you your new self trying to get your Sankofa on, if you still your old Christian self, you can't be chanting and shit. You can't say shit and make no sounds because you don't want to summon nothing. Right. Listen here. This is how you summon freedom. Okay? Nukpu Interhimit. Nukpu Interhimit. All right? All right. Good deal. All right. It feels good, though. That's another thing I can say honestly. Even though I didn't know the words, I wasn't one of those people who just kept skipping it. Like, oh, I don't know that word. Or keep spelling it out and just skip the word. No, that was never me. I would go through it and fuck it up every time. And I'll tell you just like I tell you now. If you hear me butcher it, correct me. Get me together. You understand? Now, I hope you got some more experience than YouTube, though. I hope you didn't actually walk some lands and shit before you get to correct it motherfuckers out here. All right. That's peace. Okay, that's pieces. All right, the fire breath. Point 8. Prepare for your fire breathing, rapid breathing, by slowly inhaling 4 times and slowly exhaling 4 times. Then when you're totally at ease, begin your fire breaths. Allow each deep fire breath to represent the opening of the 1,000-petaled lotus of illumination and radiance that will ultimately allow you to reach Neferatum, the ultimate African lotus gateway of divinity. In Gateway 0, you will begin 50 to 100 fire breaths, and with each new gateway, you will add 100 more fire breaths until by the 9th gateway of Sacred Woman Initiation, you will be performing 1,000 breaths of power and light. All right, so a fire breath is a fire breath. All right. The first time I did it, I actually started to sweat, like heavy, you know. I felt like I was in a sauna after a while. I definitely felt impurities begin to burn away. Not in no cosmic fucking astral projection type of way you can't see. Like, I legit was sweating away impurities from fucking breathing. And so I know that the fire breath is real. I also know that it's a little over sexualized. Even I had described it when I first learned it. It was like, it reminded me of the Forrest Gump sex scene where his mama had earned the leg braces or some shit. Like, like, it was like, that's how, like, and I thought I was crazy to reference it that way. But once I started to study fire breaths, I realized that it's a practice in Kundalini yoga or sex energy or yoni breathing. And they'll get all kind of fancy. If you stop trying to have better sex, you could save your fucking life. I know, because I did it. I started doing yoga because I was like, oh shit, wait till I get flexible and shit. Wait till I can goddamn literally throw this ass in a circle. I mean, like, throw that bitch to the left and then catch it when it come around the right. But that's not what yoga did for me. It taught me how to breathe. For the first time, yoga wasn't about flexibility at all, but was about breathing. And breathing is one of the things that helped change my life. The only thing they ever taught me about breathing was in PE, not even in PE, in ROTC. They would tell me a way to breathe when I have to go around the track. They're like, if you breathe, pace your breathing more so than pace your pace, you know. They're like, how you breathe matters way more than how fast or slow you're going. Because it's going to determine how fast or slow you can go to finish, right? But that's it. They taught me enough to not slow my team down or my school down. Not enough to save my life. Now, about these fire breaths. So, all right. So, let's see. You want to inhale? I'm going to read it to you. Wait, let me tell you the benefits. One, a fire breath. It opens up all of your energy centers. All of them. So, your chakras, your aritu. It opens all of your energy centers. It oxygenates the body, right? You know you need that good shit to live. And also, it synchronizes all of your internal organs. So, kind of like a tune-up. It put everything back on track and back in sync. Okay? Remember, also, and the book doesn't say, well, I guess the book doesn't say any of these things. But another thing it does is it upsets the jinn. I told you before. When negative energy or spirits get in, oftentimes it's through the portal at the back of the neck, which would explain that tension you always have it. But besides that, anytime you make something or someone uncomfortable, they move or change positions. So when that energy, that negative or evil energy gets inside of you, to change positions and do a fire breath is definitely a way to exercise it. It'll definitely get it out. So that's a deep breath in, and you ready? Got it? You feel it right here though. And you touch right here so you can feel it. All right? But they're rapid breaths. Rapid breath, right? It's not like close that. All right. Here we go. And remember, it's also, even if you feel like, oh yeah, that's easy, I could do 1,000 of those right now. Don't. You'll pass out. Prepare for fire breathing. Slowly inhale 4 times and slowly exhale. Wait till you're at ease before you start. Not like what I just did, like go right from reading to Like, you want to be sitting quietly and meditatively before you go into your fire breaths. You also want to be mindful and self-conscious if it's the first time you're trying it, and be easy. Low key. A lot of this black magic, you're going to want somebody to spot you. All right? All right. So here it is. With your mouth closed, inhale deeply like a pump through your nostrils as you expand the breath down into the abdomen, then back up to the chest. Then exhale fully as your abdomen contracts and lungs release your breath completely. Practice the fire breaths a few times slowly and then do it 50 times as rapidly as you can. Fully inhale and exhale. Note, if you should become lightheaded or slightly breathless, which is called hyperventilating, simply breathe into a small paper bag, not plastic, held over your nose and mouth for a few minutes to restore your carbon dioxide balance. So, yes, like the Spike Lee joint. All bag though, no glue. All right. Y'all know when you was little and asthmatic, your mama ain't had that pump. White babies had pumps. We had brown bags. Chip bags in the struggle. Listen. Yeah, don't use no plastic bag though. That's peace. Practice the fire breath. So now we've covered. These are the things. And remember, because I know a lot of us, you ain't got time for that, right? You just don't have the time. You don't have the time to take no bath in the morning, be opening the way, sitting at an altar, pouring a libation, talking about a prayer, doing the nope, pouring him. You ain't got time to heal. Remember, busyness is also a form of self-negligence. And if you neglect something, I don't care how you chop it over me, you don't care about it. Do you care about you? Make time for this. It's crazy because if you start to eliminate some things that you really shouldn't have time for, you'll make time for these things. Like if you wasn't rushing home to see a TV show, like even people in the life, right? When I say in the life, there's like people who I feel like live like I live for real, or who live like I want to live, because I'm not all there yet. And it's mostly because I'm in a shared environment. If I was in an environment by myself, it would look and feel like I see. It should. But damn, those birds sound so good. Hold on, family. Oh. Yeah, it's cold.
Let me see out that thermal. I don't know, I can drop mine fast. You got them freezer box with meat freezer we living in.
This is I always tell you, this is
ginger and
no ginger. Green tea. Tastes like it's got some yerba mate in there. Y'all know how I feel about the yerba mate. Alright, we also been on here for an hour. I need to make sure I'm giving you what's important so we can get out of here. And y'all know I'm a rambler, so if you have questions, ask me. You say, I just need you to do all the work. Listen, I was trying to tell you, like, if you don't, you got a TV show, right? You got a show you watch to come on once a week. That was nasty. Yeah, so like I said, even people who life look like my life, or like I want my life to look, when I talk to them, because in my life, there's no TV. Like, I don't give a fuck about a flash flood warning. No, none of that shit. Like, I don't need nobody to tell me a war is coming because mother tell me that every day. I don't need nobody to tell me what the weather going to be like because the more time I spend looking and listening, the more I know, the more I see. Like, I have, in the past few days, working on this house with Say, like, just as we moving trash piles around to see, like, all the evolution in nature even, I don't have to wonder or guess if I, myself, as a human, am actually evolving and turning into something I can't explain. The same way the roaches don't look the same as they used to. The same way the little girls don't look the same as they used to. I know that we are not the same that we used to be. I don't need a TV. I don't need a show, a movie called Split to tell me that my mind has the power to make me a monster or a god. And so I don't care for TV at all. Like, will I watch it? Yeah. And will I enjoy it? Absolutely. But I don't care for it at all. If I never had it again ever in life, I wouldn't be like, damn, I sure miss them old picture shows. I'll just be peace. Anyway, all of that to say, everybody that, there's not a person that I know that doesn't have a show or a movie. And if your ass got a show or a movie, your ass got some time you can heal. Your ass, if you can go take a shit and it take you 10 minutes, take you 15 minutes sitting on the toilet to shit, you got time to heal. You got room to heal. You got it. That means for the 10 to 15 minutes that you're in there shitting now, for 10 to 15 minutes, you need to be sitting on the toilet doing fire breaths or doing a libation or doing a meditation or something. And no, I'm not being funny. I'm being serious. If you don't make the time to heal yourself, you're going to die. The time has already been made to kill you. That is already happening. And that job, niggas is on their job to kill you, no days off. And you around here trying. Dying and trying at the same time. Make the time for you. What could be more important? What could be more important? Even the job that we have these loyalties to. If the owner of your job found out that they job, you've seen them do it. They downsize and shit. They make sure that they take care of self first. Self-preservation. You got to make time to take care of you. And what time is it? Where's my phone? Because, oh yeah, we got to get out of here. Okay. All right. So, sacred room meditation.
The spiritual ritual done during his sometime versus doing power. Do you think that's a problem?
Yeah. I don't. No, that's peace. If we get spiritual rituals done during the day sometime versus during power hours, do you think that's a problem? No, remember, your intent. Remember, your intent is always it. Bigger than any and everything is your intent. Because intent is real. I just heard in my head a sister saying, I intended on doing all that shit. I just didn't get to it yet. That's funny. Your intent is real. You don't have to, mother knows your intent. She know when you're full of shit. She know when you're being slothful. She know when you're being lazy. She know your intent. That's gut. You can't hide from your gut. It's okay, sis, if your intent is right. Remember, power hours is also in the evenings. There's a sacred clock in here. So power hours is also in the evening. Or like when we used to drink, and people be like, man, it's too early to be drinking. Be like, man, it's 12 o'clock somewhere in the world. I'm trying to tell you, it's power hours somewhere in the world. Your intent matters. Can you find the sacred clock? Power hours is in the evening as well. I want to say it's like 5 to, I got it, Daddy. The sacred clock, sisters, that's right on page, say this is 43, 42. So go to page 43. If you go to page 43 and flip back a couple of pages, you'll see the sacred clock. You'll see 4 a.m. to 5 a.m. as Neptet's hours of power. And if you look in, your book's so loud because it's not soft. Hedru's hours of power, winter, sunset, dusk, or summer. That's 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. Okay. A time for retreating, a quiet time for relaxation and contemplation, a time for an herbal or salt bath, a time for fine tuning. And that is 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. So definitely get it in when you can, but make the time to get it in. If you're making time for any and everything else, you got to make time to heal yourself. So we'll pick up tomorrow with the sacred womb meditation, which is also something that you're going to do every single day, for 21 days minimally, a conscious meditation, all right? Even if it's when you're in traffic, like I said, you got to make your life, they boxed you in the matrix. They boxed you in the matrix, so sometimes it's hard to see the heaven around you. But you have to bend in it and do what you can. So now when you're sitting in traffic, rather than listening to the garbage that they put on the radio. They run, and you know they loop the radio with the same shit so you can get tired of it. They want to make sure you're used to repetition, repetition, repetition. So instead of you repetitively pressing the same 1 through 5, 1 through 5, 1 through 5, listen, turn all of that shit off. Turn all of that shit off. Put the windows down. Don't even have the AC on. Damn, treat yourself. Get you some cold water and a wet rag and shit. Don't have the AC on. Just listen, put the windows down and see how many sounds you can identify. Have a contest. How many sounds in nature and how many sounds are man-made. But if that's the only time you get to meditate is the time you're sitting in traffic, then use that time. Use every opportunity and everything as a tool or resource. So tomorrow we'll cover meditation, sacred healing, color, and stonework, probably herbal tonics. And I hope we get to diet and movement. If y'all keep me focused, we'll get to diet and movement. It's necessary because all of this is. If you do this work, sisters, and the things that we covered between yesterday, today, and tomorrow, if you utilize the things that we covered yesterday, today, and the things we're going to cover tomorrow, if you do these things, you will immediately begin to have dreams. That'll be one of the first things you see. Kind of like a pregnant mother in month 4. No mother is exempt. In month 4, the chemicals that produce dreams are there, and they're very vivid. You start dreaming that you've seen your child, that you're speaking with your child. Like, ask a mother, between 20 and 26 weeks, those dreams just really, really kind of skyrocket. It's the same thing with this, all right? It's the same thing with this. After so many hours or days, it's there. All right, I got to get out of here. We got work to do. All right, let me read you this affirmation. Remember, if you want to get some nice frankincense or some bath salts, like, you could go to the grocery store and just get you to the store and get you some sea salt, some dead sea salt, and you can overpay for some frankincense somewhere, or you can reach out to Lisa. I promise you, y'all, it'll be worth it. I wish I had my stuff so I could show them. Don't worry about it. It's over there somewhere. That lavender bath salt and that frankincense she gave me. You ain't gotta go get it. Stay right there. When you get, yeah, you good. I love you. All right. So yeah, Lisa's fragrance and such. If you want some stuff that's gonna make you feel and smell sacred, like really, it's not just a plug. That shit is lit. Oh, Monday, right? She said your weekends are still personal time. They are personal time. Give me a minute. I have to figure something out because I may have to make some slight adjustments. It may not be power hours because I definitely am sleeping in with my man on the weekend. That y'all not taking from me. I'm gonna have to figure out something though, and this is the only reason.
Power hours are more than the time of day.
Yeah, I was just thinking. Might get together on the evening power hours during the weekends just while we're starting, because this ain't my first rodeo. And every time it be a sister who tell me, Queen, when you don't do shit, I gotta be real. I don't do shit. And I know it's up to you all to do your own work, but I want to make sure we're not taking any weekends off. That is not what this is. So for 21 days, I will have to revamp my plan, but there are no days off. For 21 days, we won't be too sick. We won't be too tired. We won't be too in love. We won't be too gotta go to work. For the next 21 days, I'm going to commit to you and you're going to commit to me. For the next 21 days, look, your ass could do it for a job. That's the bullshit. Them motherfuckers could tell you, you got to be there for these first 60 days. You can't miss no day. You could have a death in the family, or your baby could have a fever of 104, and you're going to be right there to serve. Listen, and when I tell you I need 21 days, not 30, not 60. I need 21 days of you committing to me and me committing to you so we can heal ourselves and our babies. And some of you going to drop the ball. Well, that's whole shit. And then there's holistic shit. I hope y'all come through. Everybody got choices. I love you, and let's do this affirmation. You better damn it come through. You better. All right. Yeah, we had actually, D. Renee said we need to turn the phone sideways so she could see. You better. Oh, goodness. Yeah,
I be in the shadows. I'm here.
You are so beautiful, say.
I'm here. But I just be in the shadows. I got her back. But I'm here for y'all. I'm here to support the queens. Hopefully motivate some kings to get into this sacred woman, sacred man training. Yeah, I'm learning. I'm evolving.
I love you so much.
I love you too.
Okay, I gotta get off in here, huh? Isn't he so fucking cute, though? Isn't he so... Is it... Look, is it like a mother's love? Do I just love him, or isn't he just cute? When y'all coming, Lisa? When y'all coming? Lisa, we be talking about you, girl. We be talking about your ass all the time. Every time we see one of your fragrances, we get to talking about you. We be talking clean coat shit about you and,
KG.
You and the Legua. We be talking about you. We be talking about your ass and the Legua. We do. 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 Listen, I told him, he was like, he been knowing KG from the job site or whatever. He's like, but he ain't never met you until I came to St. Pete. I'm like, hold on. So she was a stranger, nigga? You had me meeting a stranger? Oh, I'm glad you checked out. He had done set me up, sis. He had done set me up. I'm glad you checked out.
I know these were good people. I know she was. We had an interaction on the old Say No More page. My original Say No More page. We did a lot of interaction. They followed and supported me a lot. Yeah.
But you had never met her, though.
Never met her.
That was peace, though. I'm glad that worked out. Okay, we about to go for real. So we'll see y'all later on tonight, because I got to let you know how we're going to rock power hours for the weekend. Alright. I don't know if I did this, so let's do it again. I am a distinctive, beautiful flower and a healing herb with a heart, a mind, breast, buttocks, and a womb. I come with sacred earth medicine to heal myself. Alright. Peace, family. I love you.